Hey, welcome to the our event today. I'm going to be talking about some Wednesday wisdom today, and one of the things that we're going to talk about is how to feel good saying no. Is saying no an issue for you? Just let me know what your feelings on that is. I am on StreamYard, so if you want your comments to be seen, you'll have to put your name in. They have a little um, thing you can click on right there, and then put your name in, and then I'll be able to see your profile picture and what your comment is. So welcome to the Wednesday Wisdom. This is going to be a weekly thing at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and today we're going to learn how to say no and feel good about it. Let's go ahead and get started. I want to value your time. These are only going to be under 30 minutes, usually more like 10. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, how to say no and feel good about it. So it's only by saying no that you have time to concentrate on things that are more important. Steve Jobs said this, and isn't that true? One of the things that I help my clients do is to say no to some things. How to say no, have a not to do list. Having a not to do list is so essential to being successful as a businesswoman and having a family. All those things can meld together if you say no to the things that aren't important. But what's holding you back from saying no? Is there certain things in your maybe past that has influenced you to not say no to things? Is there something in your present that keeps you from saying no to things? Let's talk about that a little bit, okay? So, is it any of these reasons? One of the things that sometimes will come up in my mind is I'll disappoint somebody. That'll be disappointing to them. Or I don't want her to think I'm rude. I don't want to think I'm mean. What if she thinks I'm rude? Or I'll hurt her feelings if I say no. Or maybe she'll just get mad at me and not like me anymore. Or it's selfish to not help others. That's a big one, isn't it? That we feel selfish if we don't say yes. But how do you do it politely? What words should you use? Um, that's kind of a difficult one. That's something we're going to talk about today. And one of the things that comes up sometimes is who is going to do it if I don't do it, and whether or not it's going to ruin my relationship with that person. This is Yellow light times are caution times. Don't make any decision making on food. This is one that you use for food too. On if you're incorporating new food ideas in your life, don't do this during these times. So it's uses the initials of HALT. You might have heard of this before. So when you're hungry, it clouds your focus. It makes you more likely to make poor choices, and it makes you more impatient. So you might just say yes to just get it over with because you're hungry. Let's just say yes, okay, then I can get on to what I want to do and get some food. Or you could be angry about something and you're impatient and you make some rash decisions and you use poor judgment and your perceptions are messed up. Or just loneliness can do it too. And with this COVID stuff, it's a really big one right now. It actually makes your memory, interferes with your memory. I mean, you don't have that short-term memory that you had before, and you don't see the risks involved with the decision you're making at that time. And when you're tired, oh my goodness, this is a big one too, isn't it? Especially for people who have kids at home. You're more likely to make risky decisions. You're more likely to avoid decision making altogether. And you just don't have that mental power. You don't have that sugar in your brain that's keeping your brain clear because you're so tired. So you go for the easiest, not the best choice. When you're tired, they say that when you're driving, when you're tired, very, very tired, it's like you're on marijuana. That's how slow your reaction time. And the same thing is with decision making. You have a just a hard time making decisions. So when you have a yellow light time, when you're hungry, when you're angry, when you're lonely, or when you're tired, these are not times to say yes or no. These are times to use these phrases that I'm going to give you to wait until another time when you can make a better decision. You have to really ignore that impulse to make that snap decision, because this is decisions made in haste. That you repent and leisure. That is so true, isn't it? So the big thing I'm telling you right now is it's okay to delay this decision. You don't have to make a decision right this second. Try this option. I'm so glad to hear from you, because you're kind of acknowledging them and um, make them feel good. I'm in the middle of something, so I can't answer that right now, but I'll call you later today or tomorrow. So you're making a commitment to call them again, so they'll feel okay. And you're acknowledging them, and you can put it off till another day so you can actually think through, look at your schedule, and see if this is a good decision for you. Or you can use, can I get back to you about that tomorrow? That's a good one when you're in the middle of something, when you're in the halt state. But also, if you're just want to delay the decision and think about it, just say, "Can I get back to you tomorrow about that?" And make that, make that call. Be trustworthy in your making your decisions. One of the things you can use too is, "Oh, thanks for asking. That sounds great, but sorry, I can't." Or you can just say no, because no is a complete sentence. So once a decision's made to decline, how do you feel? Do you feel, let me know in the comments, do you feel any hesitation? What comes to your mind when I say, just say no? Is there some resistance there? That's what I would like to know. Is some people pleasing feelings like I don't know if I can do that. Does that come up? Are you having some perfectionism problems that are, oh, but I always do that for her. I always take her to the grocery store. I always take her to the doctor, or, whatever your thingy is. When you're like at work, you're making a decision about going to work, extra hours, or whatever it is in your life that you're thinking that you need to say no more often. I know this can be easier said than done, but it helps to practice. And once a decision is made to decline, the thing that I would like you to do is have that song in your mind, the one about from Frozen, "Let it go, let it go." You know that one. I don't sing very well, sorry, but yeah, that's little girl. I love her little cute dress. But what happens if you feel guilty when you say no? Does that ever happen to you? Do you feel guilty when you say no? Take a few moments to think about how that feels inside you. Where do you feel that feeling of guilt? Is it in your neck, or do you feel it in your chest? Find that spot where you're feeling guilty. Um, and that's something that you can kind of connect with. What is that feeling inside you? Just look at this from a outsider's viewpoint. Should I feel guilty about this? And what would your best friend tell you? Would they say you should feel guilty about this, or would they say, "Oh, you're right, you should say no to that"? And also think about your priorities. By delaying the decision, you can use your priorities to make the decision. So you can focus on what you want, like time for you, your family, and your business. You can actually embrace those priorities. Your core values. What are your core values? Have you thought about what those are? Usually, there's like top three. My top three are integrity and family and security. Those are my top three. But what are your top three? I'd be interested to see those in the comments. Um, so sometimes we have those thoughts about feeling bad or saying no, or feel guilty because we say no. And that can be a really huge roadblock. to progressing in your business, to being more present at home in your with your family. It can also just be hard to make relationships work because you have this roadblock for feeling guilty for saying no or just feeling bad about yourself. This is something I do help my clients with, and that there's a way to clear those feelings. And it's something that you can do every day to just get rid of those feelings. Sometimes we're dealing with a narcissist or somebody that just won't take no for an answer. This is something that I use that works really well. Respond with, if I helped you, I'd be letting others down. Try that. If I helped you, I'd be letting others down. Okay. And sometimes they persist. Sometimes they don't take no for an answer. So, what I use is my broken record technique. Repeat that no over and over and over until they get it without an excuse, with power in your voice, with posture of power. And we're going to talk about what that looks like to assertively say, no, that doesn't work for me. So, just remember to say no. You don't have to make excuses, and that no is a complete sentence. I love that picture, don't you? So, one of the things that helped you say no and be heard is to use powerful communication. Puts you in the driver's seat. And included in this powerful communication is more than just words. This is something I help my clients with too. I believe that powerful communication is always clearly stated and is very specific. You're not trying to beat around the bush. You're actually saying what you want and what you need. Powerful communication is mutual respect. So the other person has just as much respect of their time to speak, and in that situation of powerful communication, they will allow you to speak and listen to you. Sometimes that takes a little practice and a little communication just to get to that point. Powerful communication is open-minded. Sometimes you have to adjust to a different expectation. By listening to them, you can come to negotiate something in the middle. But you don't want to be a doormat. You don't want to be a pushover. You want to stick up for what your needs and wants are while keeping in mind what the other person's is. And it's also assertive. State what you want. And if you are seeking support instead of asking permission, frame it differently. Your request will be framed differently, totally. Like, let's say that you wanted to get involved with a coach, or you wanted to join a course or something like that, and you wanted your husband buy-in. What would you do? Well, the powerful communication way is to come to him and say, this course is really going to help me become a better mom, a better person, a better business person, and I really want to do this. I would like your support in joining this program and help me work through doing this program. Instead of saying, "Oh, honey, I know this is really expensive, but I really want to do this course. I really want to do this to, get this certification or get this new coach or whatever you want to do," but asking for support rather than asking for permission. This totally gives you so much more power. It also is empathic. You kind of see the situation from their point of view. By using your empathy inside you, you can kind of understand how your words are impacting them. And you can adjust. Powerful communication is not aggressive. It's assertive, but it's not aggressive. It's not like attacking somebody. It's using your assertive, powerful voice. So it's also authentic. You say what you mean and no beating around the bush, and you're always true to yourself. And it also includes body language. We'll go through this briefly. It's getting a little bit long here, sorry. Stand up straight. Don't slouch. Meet their eyes. Don't look down or let your eyes just skitter around. Meet their eyes. That shows you are confident. That shows you know what you're talking about. Um, and don't cross your arms or cover up your face or hold on to your neck. All those are signs that you feel insecure with yourself. If you're wringing your hands, and all those things are giving you less power in your language when you're speaking. But also don't point or wag finger at somebody. That's very aggressive. Use your tone, inflection, and volume to empower you to have powerful communication by projecting your voice in a moderate volume, something that's easily heard and not too soft and not too loud. Try to keep the whining tone out of your voice. Sometimes we find ourselves doing this without even realize it. And try to be aware of what kind of tone you have in your face, in your voice, excuse me. And also, if you finish with a downward inflection, instead of having like a question at the end, do like a finish of a sentence, like end of a sentence, is more commanding. It also is more assertive. So these are things that I help with my clients with. I have this wonderful free, it's no pitch time with me. We can get together and talk about what roadblocks are getting in your way of your business, your family, and just in yourself. Sometimes we have like feelings of that we're not enough, or feelings like there's a lot of self-talk going on that's causing some issues inside. I have this Calendly link here. Go ahead and pick a time that works best for you. It would be, it's not a sales call at this point. This is just let's get to know each other and see how I can help you. And if I can help you, maybe we can get on a different call and talk about how that works. Okay. But I would love it if you sign up for time with me and just to get to know me too. I have some contact information here. Linktree is has everything on there. So it's just Boldly Visible You is the name of my company. But otherwise, we have the Facebook group that know you are more than enough. I just changed the name of that. I didn't think that my message was clear about what this was about with the other name. I also have a YouTube channel that I started recently, which is called Living Your Inner Lioness Life. And I have a great talk show coming up in November. So you can put that on your calendar. There's a link right there that you can go ahead and sign up if you'd like to. And I will be talking more about this in our groups to talk about how you can be part of this. It's going to be 1 hour a day, so it'll fit in your schedule better. I used to do these 4-hour ones, and it was really hard to dedicate yourself for 4 hours at a time, isn't it? But 1 hour a day is easier to accomplish. So that's what we're going to do. I'm inviting 5 wonderful speakers, all talking on the topic of time and unleashing your time and getting in more ease and flow in your life and business. So this is something I really would like you to put on your calendar. It's November 8th through 12, and it'll be at 11 o'clock Pacific or 2 o'clock Eastern. So also I want to invite you to ask for this. I have a freebie. It's how to say no and feel good about it. It's a little booklet. And also inside of it, which is kind of cool, I think, is there's 50 ways to say no. 50 ways to leave your lover. Well, this is 50 ways to say no. So this is will really help you pick out the one that fits your personality, how you want to choose to say no, and practice it. And then it's ready for you. If the other ones don't fit your personality, find one in this 50 ways to say no that fits your personality, that you feel good with, and practice it. Practicing in the mirror really helps. So that's it for today. I hope that's been very helpful for you to learn how to say no. I hope this empowers you to say no when you need to. And so this is Luann Horseman. I am your empowerment and mindset coach, serving you every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also come to the group and find out what more we have planned for you coming up. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Have a good day. Bye-bye.